something like this. And what else? I could do something like this. So what I'm doing right here, I am creating an interface where a user can click to add a payment method by default if they do not have a payment method. So I was reading on somebody text message, and it says something like, why is he doing design by itself? He could have just asked somebody to do design for him. I mean, I can, but right now I gotta do that myself. Is that making me a loser? I mean, not really. So to get that, we might have to copy that. Yeah, let's drag it. Let's drag this small box here. It's making my life so difficult. Okay, so we gotta put it right here. Right, so this is a small box that will enable user to add a payments payments method. So I need something like a checked. So I need this graphic here. You know what I do, I always save some graphic that I can reuse, because you know the saying about engineer, we are cheap because we lack reusability, right? But one thing that you can reuse, I wouldn't say that here. So I'm gonna reuse this check graphic. I'm gonna duplicate that. Come here, bro. So I'm gonna reuse this check graphic. I'm gonna put it right here. Oh no, I don't need check. I do not need check. What I need a sign, a plus sign. I need a plus sign. Where can I get this plus sign? I don't have this plus sign right here. We can do something like this. Let's go to portfolio, and I can find a sign, a plus sign somewhere here. Oh no, I don't have a plus sign in portfolio. I think I may have a plus sign to one of these. Let's go to this one. Oh yeah, This is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna go back to right here. I'm gonna paste this guy, and I'm gonna bring him right here, and this one can be deleted. Of course, I want to make sure that the coloring are uniform, so I'm gonna change the color to this guy. Okay. So this interface, this piece of components will only be displayed. It's only be displayed if for some reason a customer do not have they do not have any payments method registered. What am I gonna write? I could write something like a I need to close some application. The buffering is so slow in this application. It's so slow since this application I'm using to go live updated. They push a new package, and it looks like this application, what is its name? It looks like it became a Trojan, but I have not verified that. Ajouter une méthode de paiement, but it should not be that big, right? So when you're creating your interface, when you're designing your interface, you have to be so dumb. I mean, no, you being dumb, but you have to think in very simplistic way, in such a way that will facilitate a prospective customer to use your application easily. Don't make it so complicated, make it so simple, right? You don't make money by making things complicated. You make money by making things so simple. And don't ever play the game that you were not designed, because you're gonna lose. I mean, in life, the majority of us, we play the game that we were not designed. We didn't design that game. How can you play the game you didn't design and expect to win? Practically impossible, right? Unless you know the rule of the game. So this is gonna be the first thing they're gonna see. If they don't have any payments, if the customer do not have any payments, they're gonna see this one. If they do, and we're gonna render all this bunch of things using conditional rendering in React. If they do have something, what am I doing? Let's go These are all will be conditional rendering. In the name of God of the universe, mass of time and space. Okay. So we're gonna do conditional rendering right here. This one will be the first thing if they don't have anything. Isn't it look beautiful? If they do have something, let's say they have M-Pesa, because M-Pesa is the first mobile implementation that I did. So we're gonna display this one, right? We're gonna display something like this one, and we're gonna do something like this. Okay. We're gonna do something like a okay, we gotta send this back. Arrange, send back. And then we can copy this guy, and comment pay just means how to pay in French, which happen to be a language that facilitates communication, nothing special. Even English, I was talking to some of my colleague who happens to speak Spanish. I mean, who happen to be Spanish, but kind of denying the Spanish language. Oh, I was born in America, I don't know how to speak Spanish. I'm like, man, what's wrong with Spanish? It's just a language, man. English is just a language. There's nothing special about English, right? It's just a language, you know. Don't deny your language, you know. I like to sing always in my mother tribe song, so it's just a language, man. If you can't learn it, it's okay. If you wanna learn it, it's just language. So there is nothing so special about French or English. Nothing. So, and then I was telling him like, hey man, you gotta learn Spanish. If you're Spanish, if you're Latino, go learn Spanish. It's a language, man. Don't deny your roots because you were born in America. And then he was just like, oh, I just don't have time to learn Spanish. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen if we do this. Yo, what's going on? The application, I think I need to close some of the application. There are a bunch of applications just taking the memory for nothing. Let me close that guy. I'm gonna close, oh, this is, yeah, I'm gonna close this one as well. I'm gonna close a bunch of, because they're consuming the memory. So let's see how it's gonna react. So we do have this. I'm gonna select them and bring them a little bit. Oh yeah, cool. Bring them a little bit back, and of course it's gonna be color when they're over on that. When the user over on that, it's gonna be color. We also have to copy this guy for credit card payments. I mean, competition is for loser, right? you can compete, it's okay. If you can't compete, you're already losing. I'm like, why a guy like me that was born somewhere in the Holy Land have to freak out so powerful people like this, right? Okay, I'm not gonna talk about this. Let's bring this icon. Let's bring this. We gotta bring this somewhere. You know what? I don't need this. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Isn't it beautiful? If I keep it, I'm gonna keep it. And then I copy this one. And I'm gonna bring this right here. Okay. So if they do have some payments method, we give them an option to add a new one. If they, okay, it's gonna be something like this. I need to group these two. Bring it right here. And Excel money. A free money. I like a free money. The API is so simple. I mean, at certain points, I'm gonna create my own payments method instead of using this third party, because they will wake up one day and then just block me. Oh, you're getting a lot of transaction. We wanna know. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. So these are the two conditional components that will be display, orange money. No, I'm not gonna do orange money. No, I don't want to make these folks rich. They already got FIFA to have so much money. Okay, so let's bring this down a little bit. Okay, credit card will be, I mean, you don't have to rush. Why rushing? If you don't have competition, you don't have to rush. Once you create competitor, you crush them. Cool. Now we need to make at least a detail. This is what they're gonna select. We can do something like a free. Oh, what am I talking about? What are the details for this? Oh, I closed the application. Okay, I'm checking something on the. I'm checking something on the other window. So we have that application. It's gonna redirect us to. Oh, it's in. Let's share application. Okay, so we got to go to, yeah. So let's say they select a subscription, right? So they're about to check out. Let's say user selects a subscription, they're about to check out. So as soon as they land on a checkout step 1, we can see something like a right, we can say and what I'm writing French, and French is a language. It can be learned, even if the learning curve is a little bit steep, but still a language. It's a means or a mean of communication. The language allows you to communicate. Nothing special. Nothing so luxury. Should I say luxurious? Whatever. Okay. Gratus. I know, French people, sometimes they like copying Italian. Sometimes they want to copy American. They just, they just like copying people. So instead of saying gratos, I'm just gonna say gratuit. It's gratuit, which means free. And this is the way let's make this 23. Oh, that's too small. Let's make this 32. Okay. And what I would do, I'm gonna reuse this guy, the check again. Remember, at this page, the user is getting a quote. So when they're getting a quote, they need to have a little bit of detail of what they will be getting, and you have to use a little bit of a copyright technique, aka call for action or persuasion. You need to just show them a little bit of vitamin why they have to subscribe, right? Show them a little bit of vitamin why they select whatever they select. Okay, so this is gonna be actually I wanted to copy this guy and paste him. Did I paste him? Yes, I pasted him. So I'm gonna bring it right here, and this is not the way everything you are seeing right here. I have already modified that. This is not the way the website looks or the application looks now. This was version 1. I've changed a lot of stuff, but so we can delete this. This one is gonna be right. So you do this, and you get a circle somewhere here. You create a circle. So to make your circle to be even in terms of radius, sizing, side by side. You have to order, you have to call all the shift, right? And I'm now a designer. I learned designing in my 20s. That's why I still kept the skill. For some of you, be like, oh, this guy was a designer, now he's a software engineer. No. Designing is something I learned, early when I was probably 18 or something. So the skill still in my brain. I don't want to get rid of that skill. Designing. I know Adobe Photoshop they have changed a lot of stuff. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna make this box green. Right, I'm gonna make this box green. And so I am now a designer, and I am now a coder. I code, but I'm not a coder. That's not me. And I don't want to define myself by my work. I practice software engineering, but I am not software engineering. When people can call me, I'm software engineering as a profession, but this is not who I am, right? I don't want to be defined by what I do. What I do is just a practice. If you define yourself about what you do, you lose your true self, right? You're more than what you do. Sometimes, in the psychology of performance, it's better to define who you are by what you do. Sometimes it's kind of like a, push you to work more on that profession. But you have to look at that profession as something you practice currently. Actually, I was watching one video. The guy was explaining that I thought it was, a better idea to look at life that way, because if you get so attached about what you do, you can't limit yourself, right? Because life change. So see, if the user land, tell me I'm wrong. If you use a land on this page, so I'm gonna cut this, I'm gonna paste it right here. Oh, I'm gonna paste it right here and bring it right. Tell me if you use a land, if a user is about to check out the land on the page and they see the name of the subscription and they see what they're getting, this one, tell me they're not gonna check out. They're not gonna check this out, right? They might check it out, right? So once you see that, we can say something like on this box. So it's only gonna be two boxes, Once the user add the payment method, this will disappear and this one will appear. I mean, I can use the gray color for if they don't have one, the blue one once they have at least one or two. I don't know. I will see when I start coding that. So what are we gonna say right here? We can say something. We need to give them at least a detail of what they'll be getting, right? What I'll be getting, they'll be getting something like a let's copy this guy and paste it, right? we're gonna copy something like this. Okay, so we copy, we say something like okay, so if you're trying to resize a text and it's not resizing, you can see this anchor. Can you see the anchor right here on the far left? See that blue anchor, that cross, this one, it's up here. It's because the anchor is kind of like an offset. So to adjust that when you're resizing, you need to you need to click and hold on shift, and then it's gonna resize accordingly, right? It's gonna resize when you're going back and forth. Okay. And this is now a place where you guys gonna learn how to design Illustrator. What am I gonna type right here? I'm gonna say something like I think I lost the anchor. Need to create a new one. I can copy the text right here. That's why I had this text. Copy and paste. Okay. So let's say votre sélection. I mean, I can change it, you know, I'm freestyle. Votre sélection. And then make it a little bit bigger and copy and paste. And this one, we can get a guiding line so we can give a little bit of space. This one, we say the name of the select subscription. We name it okay, forfait familial dash familial famille forfait de familia, forfait familial, yeah, familial, yes, dash standard. And then of course the color should not be the same. We're gonna color that to this. We can make this a little bit bigger, 32. Okay. And we can select the price. We can put the price right here. Let's make the price to be a different color. I mean, the price has to be big. I don't have the price to be small. We can say monthly. Oh, we can say paiement mensuel. And literally, when I'm switching from French to English, I'm not trying to show that I'm bilingual. I'm just, you know, sometimes my brain think in French, sometimes it does think in English, sometimes I don't know, it thinks in math, It depends. Okay, so I don't like this design, but I think I'm gonna make it better. Let's see how it's end up to be. Payment mensuel. So we want to give the user a lot of information. Let me see how it looks on the websites, my websites where, because I need to select some of the things that's so right here on this empty space on the left, this one, we need to repeat key features that or benefits that the user will gain from right. We can say, let me change the color. We can say something like a you will get of course I don't have to expose everything here because these are how do they call that, these are protected public information, which means it's still protected until it become public. It's still protected. Once it become public, it's become public. So I'll just expose 117. You have 17 17 recherche des titres publics. Okay, and copy paste. We repeat that right here. Why I choose 17? Is that because everybody thinks 7 is a lucky number? No, not just. It's based on mathematics. It's not like a. I mean, it's psychological because you know a customer when they see 17, they're like a yay, you know. But there is nothing special about number 17. It's just a number. Don't get me wrong, I respect number. I like numbers. But I do not rely so much on numbers as most of my people do. Some of us, we don't even wanna. Do I have to say this? No, I'll keep it for myself. Okay, so we're gonna repeat a bunch of but before we repeat this set of feature, we can let me group this, group it, yes, copy it, copy, okay, bring it right here, we bring it right here, we copy, we bring it right here. Right, so something like this. But before they see this, we can create a summary, right? You don't want to sell something that people don't even know what they're buying. Give them some information, right? Be a little bit curious or catches, the way English folks will say that. So we're gonna say sort of a summary of what they're about, a service they're about to buy. Something like a why Illustrator so slow today? Oh, this is so slow, my God. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. vous aurez assez accès à yada yada, nous vous garantissons, garantissons, oh God, I can't write French now. Yada yada, yes, I'm saying yada yada. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Right? You know, just give them some, you know, something they'll be gaining from buying this service. You don't just wanna be a, and then on the right side, and then something can be, okay, let's go on the price. The price, let's select the price. We're gonna say, let's say the price gonna be something like a 0.25 Bitcoin. No, I have to be serious. Let's say the price is gonna be 0.0 CDF. Right? So because you gotta respect somebody else, you gotta respect their currency. You don't want to put dollar, you go to jail. When you're selling a service in somebody else's country, respect their currency, right? Don't just bring your currency in. That's not, they'll probably have put you in a lot of trouble. So we're gonna do CDF, that's their currency, and let's say it's gonna be, just say one. I know it's not gonna be one CDF because that's two. We can also give them a heads up about taxing, because it looks like, according to the law of this country, because I also read the law, right? Unfortunately or fortunately for me, you have to be aware of the law of the country where you're deploying. They have they do have something like a 20% tax on online services. So you have to warn this one, we're not gonna be bold, this one has to be regular. Something like a 20% sera inclus okay, 20%, oh, 20%, okay, am I speaking English or am I speaking, okay, 20%, let me go to mode French. 20% des taxes, 20%, ok, 20% taxes inclus, right? So you gotta warn them, on this selection, the 20% tax inclus par transaction. I mean, I'll change it later, but let me make this one a little bit okay. So we got this one, and this price has to be huge, has to be big, because let's say the price is gonna be 11. I know some of you like, oh, why you have to select number 11? And so I can select number 11. Okay, I'm gonna select number 44. Oh, why you select 44? Oh, is that because of no, please give me a break. I can't select number 44. Okay, I'm gonna select number 4 then. Oh, we know why you select number 4. Give me a break. Okay. 44, 20%, ok, 20% taxes inclus par transaction. So they can know what is. We want to make this simple, and then create a call for action. Create a call for action. A call for action is gonna be oh, let me save this. Okay, we gotta save it because I don't want Illustrator to crash, and then I'll be like, oh god damn it, I didn't save it. So let's create a call for action. I think in life, nothing is guaranteed, but it doesn't mean if nothing is guaranteed, you cannot try. I mean, not even trying, like a, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's not trying, you do it, you fail or you win, right? Just don't surround yourself with the, you know, people that bring you down. I call them energy suckers. Just don't be close to them, because when something fail, they'll laugh. They'll be like, oh, we told you you ain't shit. Hey, but for these projects, a lot of things are guaranteed. I mean, not really guarantee, but at least on my parts. Yeah. Okay, so call to action. Did I just move this? Oh yeah. So this button gonna have a call of this button. We gotta put green because in the majority of us and subconscious of ours, we like green. We think green is this, like, this color that bring, good omens, So I'm gonna select the color green. And I'm just showing you how we design the interface. When you're designing an interface, you have to think in different axes. It's not like you trying to manipulate your prospective customer, being a manipulator. You just want to make it easier for them to select, your service, right? Okay, so I'm not gonna do the green. Let me do this color. I'm gonna do this color, right? I'm gonna make it a little bit. You know what? I think green makes sense. No. I'm gonna do blue. Is this blue okay? Okay, yeah. And then I'll go to properties. Property, let's make it yeah, not bad. Kind of round it to 8. Okay. So we want to make sure that the width of this guy there we match. And then I'm gonna bring this color right here, and I'm gonna say something like a right. So I can say something like a continue. We'll continue, which is continue in French. And then French is just a language, nothing special. It's just a language. Right. You can learn that. Don't be like those who freak out when you speak French. They start, you know, identifying to some God knows who. Okay, so we got our NFS. Honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna put in this space, but I have to put something. I have to just put the list of what they get delegates, and okay, so far so good. This one, we can copy this one as well, bring it up right here. Okay, so we can delete this. We can create, we want to make sure, I want to make sure that I avoid any red color right here, because it's gonna freak them. They'll be like, oh, did I do something wrong? And then they're gonna exit. So the color selection has to be a welcoming color, and this one, once they're over or that, it's gonna become green. Once they're over on continue, it's gonna become green, to kind of like a signal that's to signal their primer or the limbic brain that they are safe, right? They can proceed. Right? So if they're over on this, it's green. You know, when it's green, the reptile brain will be like, oh yeah, you're safe to go, and then they'll go out there, complete the payment. So this color selection has to inspire peace, you know, a welcome environment, so you can, you know, make them pay. What else? I can also change the background of this, right? Can I change the background of this? Let's say I make this background the border, that's the border. The background should be, let's say I make the background. No. Oh, I know the background color. I'll select. I know the background color. If we go on, if we go select on, let's go select this one. If we select, we open portefeuille, we can do this color. Right. C9, E6, F7. So, cancel. So we go back right here. Yeah. And we go to background color. We select Yes, keeping the background color. Okay, and then we paste enter. Bingo. Doesn't it look beautiful? Yeah, it is. Uh, yeah, so so they can see that at least, right? And then I'm thinking, what am I gonna put right here? So right here on the left side, since this one is the left side of the interface, I'm not gonna have these two. These two will not exist. Um, but I need the button continue somewhere right here. Right. So we can have the rule of three, right? At least the rule of two, which means if you duplicate your information 3 times, the likelihood of the user to click the increase. But I don't know what I'm gonna put right here. I mean, we're gonna have a list, and yeah, so this bar should exist. This bar should exist. Okay, before we copy that. So this bar should exist for the primary payments method. I mean, you can copy my design, just don't copy everything, please. Be yeah. Let's say M-Pesa is the primary method payment. We're just gonna add a blue line so they can know when they're over this, and then something like a pop-up, a tooltip will display like this is your primary this is comment payer. This is not the way we write comment payer in French. That's not French. It's right. Comment payer. Okay. I think that's about it for I'm probably gonna put something like this, a line right here, and that line will have a color. It's gonna be 1 pixel, beautiful. So we're gonna have a set of a summary. Let me write. I'm gonna write a summary, something like a okay, come. Okay, choisissez. French is hard. I can't write choisissez. Yeah, okay. Choisissez ce service pour bénéficier des Yada yada. Yes. Yeah. Yada yada. Uh, Muni J. Oh, I'm kidding. Okay. Whatever we can write here, right? So it can be. All right. So I'll look for those summary. If that's the case, I have to probably put that in the database so it can return. And this line should be also somewhere here. I know it's not really straight, but I can make it straight right here. Bingo. Okay, make it straight there. Okay, so that's the way it's gonna look. Pretty simple. Uh, yeah, now this was step 2. Step 3, where they're checking. Oh, I want to see what's gonna happen when they click right here. What's gonna happen when they click? When they click right here, we can run a pop-up, a model, and when that model pop up, they will insert the banking information. If they're using a mobile, we receive the phone number. Yeah, do what we can do. Okay. Okay, so this one is step 2. I'm gonna save it so I can create step 3. Okay, so let's save it as a step 3. I don't want this file to, this file is already bigger. So let me cut this, paste it right here. Okay. We also need to display our logo, right? It's gonna be a little bit trustworthy if we display our logo right here. I will see where I have to display this logo. It doesn't have to be displayed somewhere here, but I might need it. I'm thinking, what should I put on the left side here? Um, is it just gonna be a list of this? It's gonna be something else. I mean, for now, let's just leave it the way it is. I don't want to create a Google in one day. That's the saying people say, don't create Google in one day because you can't. You can start with a great list. Okay, so I'm gonna save this one. This is step 2. Command C or Command S. Save it. Let's save it as step 3 so we can start designing step 3. Step 3. Okay, so we save it. Boom. Step 3. What's gonna happen on step 3? Step 3 has to be so simple. We don't want to make, because once they add the payment method, we have everything we need. So step 2, on step 3, what we're gonna do, all this will be removed. On step 3, we don't want to show them anything. On step 3, just pay the money and exit. What we're gonna do on step 3 though, we can do something like this. We bring this right here. Right, we can do something like this as we did on application payments. So unfortunately, if they're using sélectionner votre paiement. Okay, ask them to select the payments. Okay. This doesn't have to be big. And these points, we already know that they have select something, right? And this step is optional. I can complete everything on the second step using pop-up, using a model. A model. By model, I mean that pop-up components. But I just want to create this step just in case if it's getting cumbersome with the React, you don't want to combine all the components on one page. It gets, it gets cluttered, it gets cumbersome, it gets crazy. So you want to sometimes decompose, because decomposition, it's not only in terms of data, you can also decompose your view. So I'm not gonna need the plus button right here, because right here they're about to give us money. We want to make it so simple, right? So this guy is not gonna exist, but what we are going to face with by default, okay, let's say they click on this, right? If they click on this, we want to do something like let's say they click on Afrimani. If they click on Afrimani, we want to give them a check, right? Hey, your Afrimani money, you have your Afrimani payment method is registered. You can what I'm doing everything here, I forget even something that's so important. The failover method. We need to have a failover method. Don't rely on third party. They will break your hearts. When I'm saying break your hearts, it's no, literally, it's figuratively, right? They'll disappoint you. So we need one more method payments, which is compulsory. In our case, we have to use this method of payments, because when these big bank get mad, they look for a way to take you down. So you gotta have it, not only plan B, not only plan C, but you gotta have a plan alpha and plan omega. You gotta have a plan theta. Yes, paste it, bingo. So we have our special voucher payments method, right? So let's say they select Afrimani. We're gonna say something like I'm gonna translate that in English because I can't write French as I used to. So let me change this to, I'm gonna use Google Translate to translate that. Oh, so what are you saying? You can't speak French now? Man, give me a break. I'm not saying I can't speak French. I don't have the rhythm or as I used to. So don't worry, yada yada. Okay, let me write it something on Google. Google Translate. I'm gonna translate that. I still use Google Translate because English is not my first language, so time and time I go to Google Translate to see, not really to learn to translate a word, but just make things better. We have noticed that X is your, as X is register. All right, let's say we have noticed that M-Pesa is a register payments method. You are all set to complete your payments. Oui, nous avons remarqué que M-Pesa est un mode de paiement enregistré. Vous êtes prêt à finaliser votre paiement. Okay, that's the text we need to, right? That's the text we are going to paste right here. Okay, so we're gonna give this okay, so not really making that too big. So if AfriMoney is already registered as a payment method, right, you need to give them a heads up, right? Give them a heads up. I can even use a thumbs up emoji. That's sensitive. Hey guys, make sure you don't use emoji on your checkout, because your emoji may have a specific race, which creates a problem. Let's say I use this emoji, right? Let's say I use this emoji. Let's say I create a white, I copy a thumbs up white emoji right here. I mean, some user will be like, why you have to use a white emoji? I'm black. I mean, some user, they'll be like, I don't like that white emoji, and then they will refuse to check out. But what if you put black? And some Indian will be like, why you have to put black emoji? You know, I'm Indian. So just don't use emoji. It's bad. Don't use that. So now if they select this, if they select a credit card, if they select a credit card, we're not going to display this message. What we're going to display, it's going to be a form. We're going to display a form so that they can complete the or let's say, because there will be a lot of conditional rendering here. Let's say they have they also have a credit card register or debit card register as a payment method. We can say something like, we notice we have we can say something like, let's copy and paste. We can say something like, you have a credit card ending with right, register. I'm just gonna write it in English, but it's gonna be in French. Would you do you wanna play? Do you wanna do you want to pay? Do you want to use it to complete a payment? And then down we're gonna have two we're gonna have a two button yes or no. Oh, copy and paste. Okay, we're gonna have a two button yes or no. Okay, yes or no. Text yes. Make it white. And no. Okay, so right, so if they click on credit card, we say if they have something, we pull one they have, right, or we can display them like a bunch of card, something like this. Let me go. I mean, this is just yeah, something like this. If they have more than one credit card register, we can display that like this. This have to be okay. So one, we can display something like a one. What am I doing? Two. Right, and ending with oh, let me copy this and let's do, ending with right. So we do this. For those of you that are watching me, if one of you happen to have this credit card ending with this is totally random. Don't freak out and start calling FBI. Oh, I noticed he just used the last 4 digits on my CC on my credit card. I don't know how he got that. This is random. Don't waste your time. So Yeah, so when we select, if somebody, if this, if the user select, let's say they select this one, let's say they select credit card, right? They're about to check out. Let's say they select credit card. Oh, I forget something. At this time, do I need something else? Yeah, this time I don't need anything else, you know. Yeah, so if they select credit cards, they will yeah, if it's one, we have this. If it's more, we list the both of them, and once they click on that one, it's changed to this. Right, it changed to this with the name. Let's say the name of this user will be I mean, for some reason the name of my professor this guy used to be my professor, Jean-Philippe. Let's say it's Jean-Philippe. Okay, I mean, I'm not using some bad name. I know, you know, in France we have a lot of Jean-Philippe, so I'm just gonna use Jean-Philippe. So this is gonna be his name, and then click on that one. So if you select that one, and then so remember, on the last click, we don't use the word pay, right? We don't use the word pay. Just use the word confirm, confirmer. Right? Okay, I'm not gonna use this word. I'm not gonna use this. I don't wanna be sued. Apparently, apparently the guy is freaking out. He can sue you every time, anytime. Okay, I'm gonna use the name Jean Dubois. No, Dubois just got knocked out. Jean de la Plume. Jean de la Plume. Okay, that's the name of the user, Jean de la Plume. Okay. Okay, cool. Paste that. So okay, we don't need this one. Okay. So these are our condition rendering, right? If the user selects Afrimani, or we say something and nous avons remarqué qu'il y a un peu ça. Okay. Okay. We need to correct this. Afrimani. C'était un mode de paiement enregistré. Vous êtes prêt à finaliser votre paiement. OK? If they do select a credit card and we have one credit card, we can select this one. It's now, let's put it down here. I mean, let's bring it down. My bad. I mean, whatever you take my English, if you wanna use understand my English so figuratively, God forgive you. if you just want to understand my English, as it is, good for you. Okay, once they select a credit card, if they select a coupon, we're gonna display a text, right? We're gonna display a text. How long have you been here? I've been here 1 hour and 34. Wow, not bad. I mean, I think I have to go. I mean, before I go, I want to address something. The thing is I'm just good at naming things, I mean, if you don't like the name, in my house there is a lot of name, can give you a new name if you want, but I'm just good at naming things, so I thought it was cool names though, but don't take it personal. So we're gonna, let's say the user selects a coupon. It means that they have a coupon, so we're gonna display a form where they have to insert the 16-digit coupon, so which gonna be something like this. It's gonna be something like this. Okay, 1 2 3 4 dash 1 2 3 4 dash 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4. Okay, cool. So if they select a coupon, we ask them to insert the the 16 digits code. If they don't, this NFS is getting crazy. It looks like I started building Google on one day, which is bad. I'm making this complicate. Obtenir more code. Which means they don't have that. If they don't have that, we're gonna create a pop-up. We're gonna create a modal pop-up so they can be able to insert go to the link where they will generate that. Where they will generate the specific the specific coupon code. I mean, it's not really a coupon, it should be a voucher. Somebody advised me to use the word voucher instead of coupon, because coupon, it depends, whatever. Okay. Cool. So these are some condition rendering we'll be dealing with, and then they will just click confirm, which means pay, and then we have a loading things, a loading components, and then when they're complete, we're gonna go on the step 4, which we need to congratulate them, right? So this thing when it happens when you go buy your new house or your new car, as soon as you close the deal, they'll send you a message, congratulations, as if you've done something great, but you'll be paying that whatever property you own for the next 30 days, 30 years of your life, and they congratulate you for making the stupid decision. Man, but they make you feel as if, you've made a good decision. But in our case, I assume, a potential customer, they're making a good decision, to work with us. It's not like a cheesy congratulation from your dealership or from your real estate agent, congratulates you by making the stupid decision to buy a house, which we're gonna stay in a couple of years once everything goes south. If you can, if you cannot, good luck. Okay, so I think I'm done with step 3. Step 4 will be to congratulate them. Yeah, this one will make abstraction, really simple. But also, if they don't have any credit cards, we can display the form here. It depends. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop here. This is the way we do it, guys. It ain't easy. If you got somebody to do it for you, good luck. In the name of God of the universe, myself, time and space. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Before I end this, I think to end this with a good note, let's go to the front end. I'm gonna go to this guy. Yeah, designing is now, it's not difficult, but it takes a little bit of skills, and then how you gotta know how user interacts. They don't want to waste time. Don't bombard them with a lot of, as you can see, my design is so simple. I don't have too much text, too much graphic. You want to make sure that yeah, you want to make sure that your design is not cumbersome. It's pretty simple. Yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can continue working on that the next time, but we don't. I don't want to waste time too much on design. I want to make sure that I just have an idea how I'm gonna code it, because when I'll be coding, I'll design and make it simple. This is step 3. Step 4 is gonna have a message with some party emoji, congratulations, you know. And then we're gonna create a countdown to exit and the button. If they click, they exit. For some user, they don't just exit, they just leave it. So we're gonna create a countdown, which is gonna kick them out within a few seconds, if not a minute, to go to a home page. Right, that's the design. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these components, so because I'm going to reuse them in the next design, I might reuse them, so I'm gonna bring them back right here. Ignore. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring them back here, and I'm gonna reuse them if I have a time in the future. Okay, which I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do. Okay guys, that's about it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.